we are going to see the largest financial collapse since the Great Depression, maybe bigger. And now, in December 2025, the signs are screaming louder than ever. By 2026, why? Because the entire global financial system is built on debt, fake money, and lies. And lies always collapse. Let me take you back to where it all started. In 1971, took the US dollar off the gold standard. That was the day fake money was born, something with real value. After 1971, the dollar became a debt instrument, a promise to pay later with more debt. And that promise has been growing ever since. Today, the U.S. national debt is over $36 trillion. That's $6 trillion of IOUs.
The U.S. government spends more than it takes in every year. They print money to cover the difference. They call it quantitative easing. I call it counterfeiting. The Federal Reserve creates trillions out of thin air, buys government bonds, and floods the system with fake money. And what happens when you flood the system with fake money? Prices go up, first in stocks, then in real estate, then in everything else. That's why your groceries cost more, your rent is higher, your gas is more expensive. It's not inflation, it's currency devaluation. Now look at 2025. The stock market is at all-time highs. Again, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, they're flying. People say, this time it's different. It's not. It's the same old bubble. In 2000, we had the dot-com bubble. In 2008, we had the housing bubble. Now we have the everything bubble. Stocks, real estate, crypto, even bonds. And bubbles always pop. Why 2026? Because the cracks are already showing. Interest rates are still high, higher than they've been in 20 years. The Fed can't cut rates too much without reigniting inflation, but if they don't cut rates, the economy slows down. Companies can't borrow cheaply anymore. Consumers can't afford mortgages. Businesses start laying people off. That's recession. But it's worse than that. The US dollar is losing its status as the world's reserve currency. China, Russia, India, Brazil, they're trading in their own currencies. They're buying gold. They're dumping dollars. When the world stops wanting dollars, the dollar crashes. When the dollar crashes, everything priced in dollars crashes. Stocks, bonds, real estate, everything. I've been saying this since the 1980s. The rich don't work for money. They buy assets. They buy gold, silver, real estate, businesses, things that go up when fake money loses value. The poor and middle class work for money. They save in dollars. They buy liabilities, cars, big houses, toys. And when the dollar crashes, they get wiped out. Look at history. In 1929, the stock market crashed 89%. People lost everything. In 2008, millions lost their homes. In 2026, it will be worse because the debt is bigger, the derivatives market is bigger, the leverage is higher, the global debt is over $300 trillion. When that bubble pops, it's not going to be a correction, it's going to be a collapse. So what are the signs we're seeing right now? First, commercial real estate is collapsing. Office buildings in major cities are empty, 50%, 60% vacancy rates. Banks are sitting on billions in bad loans. Second, credit card debt is at record highs. People are maxed out.